Okay, let's dive right in. Are your affiliate promotions feeling a bit flat? Like you're putting stuff out there, but it's just not clicking.
Yeah, that frustration is real for a lot of people. They're doing the work, but the conversions aren't happening.
Right. So today, we're going to unpack this. We're moving away from that old, kind of pushy sales tactic.
Definitely. Forget just selling. The secret sauce really is solving your audience's problems.
Exactly. So this whole deep dive is about making that shift, understanding how focusing on solutions leads to, well, better results and happier customers.
It's a big change from how affiliate marketing, used to be.
Yeah.
Remember the early days?
Oh, yeah. It was a bit like the Wild West, wasn't it? Lots of flashing banners, aggressive pop-ups.
Totally. But people online, they've gotten smarter. We've all got these built-in filters now for anything that feels too much like a hard sell.
We're tired of being shouted at, basically. Consumers are way more skeptical.
And that old approach, it often backfires. It damages trust, and honestly, the conversion rates just aren't there anymore.
So the core idea we're exploring is focusing on the audience's actual problems and positioning affiliate offers as, like, genuine solutions.
And it's not just about being ethical, though that's huge. It's actually more effective.
So our mission here is to give you a kind of step-by-step guide. How to find those real pain points, create content that solves them, build that essential trust.
Leverage reciprocity, we'll get into that,
Yeah.
and make those affiliate links feel, natural, not forced.
We'll even touch on how affiliate marketing got here and look at some people who are really nailing this solve, don't sell thing.
Right. So thinking about that evolution, the aggressive tactics, they were common once.
But as consumers got savvier and content marketing became, well, king.
Those old methods just lost their punch. We moved towards permission marketing. You have to earn attention now by providing value first.
It's less transactional, more relational. It's about building that loyal audience, isn't it?
Exactly. Which brings us to some core principles that make this solution-focused approach work so well. First up, trust.
The big one. You can't overstate trust, can you?
Nope. It's fundamental. Like, think about who you take advice from in real life. It's the people you trust,
Right. The ones you believe actually care about helping you.
And online, it's the same. There's that Nielsen stat, something like 92% of people trust recommendations from sources they believe have their best interests at heart.
Wow, 92%. That's massive.
It is. And then you layer on authority, establishing yourself as someone who genuinely knows their stuff.
Right, being that credible resource people turn to.
And finally, reciprocity. This is a really interesting psychological bit. Dr. Robert Cialdini talks about this a lot.
The idea that if you give something valuable, people feel a natural urge to give back.
Precisely. Provide value first, help people out, and they're more likely to, click your link or buy the thing you recommend later. It's powerful.
Okay, so let's dig into finding those deep audience pain points. It's more than just the surface stuff, right?
Absolutely. Someone might say, I need to lose weight. That's the surface.
But the real pain might be what? Lack of confidence, feeling unhealthy, frustration that nothing seems to work.
Exactly that. It could be emotional, like feeling self-conscious. It could be functional, like not being able to keep up with their kids. We need empathy, active listening to uncover that.
So how do we actually do that? How do we become problem detectives?
Well, there are tools and techniques. Surveys are great, but ask open-ended questions. What's your single biggest challenge with X? Not just multiple choice.
Get them talking in their own words.
Right. Then there's social listening. Dive into Reddit forums, relevant Facebook groups, places where your audience hangs out and vents. You'll find raw, unfiltered problems there.
Like digital eavesdropping, but for good?
Kind of.
Yeah.
And tools like Answer the Public or BuzzSumo's Question Analyzer show you the exact questions people are typing into search engines.
Seeing the actual searches. What about search intent? Like how to fix versus what is?
Big difference. How to fix signals a problem they actively want to solve now. And don't ignore comment sections on your own content or competitors. Goldmine.
Okay, so we can categorize these pains too, right? Like functional, emotional.
Yeah, functional, emotional, social, even financial. And the Content Marketing Institute found that content addressing emotional problems often converts much higher, like over 2 times higher.
Makes sense. We connect with the emotion, so we found the pain. Now, how do we craft content that actually solves it without being pushy?
This is where the strategy comes in. How-to content is a classic for a reason.
Everyone loves a good how-to guide.
Exactly. Structure it clearly. Here's the problem. Here's the overview of the fix. Now here are the step-by-step instructions.
And you need to anticipate problems, right? Like what might go wrong.
Yes. Address potential obstacles.
Yeah.
and then naturally integrate the product recommendation as the tool that helps them succeed in a specific step. Data shows how tools with integrated recommendations convert, like 3.7 times higher.
Wow. Okay, what other frameworks work well?
The problem-solution framework is powerful. You really amplify the pain point first. Remind them why it sucks.
Twist the knife a little.
Gently. Explain the consequences of not solving it. Then, outline what a good solution should achieve. Offer a few options, maybe.
And then recommend your solution.
Yeah, but with clear reasoning why it's the best fit for the problem you just outlined. Guide them on how to implement it. It really validates their feelings first.
I also really like the best for specific needs format. Super targeted.
Oh, absolutely. Instead of best cameras, it's best mirrorless cameras under $1,000 for travel vloggers.
Yes, that specificity is key. You mentioned a stat earlier about conversion lifts.
Yeah, moving from general recommendations to really specific problem-focused ones can boost conversions dramatically, sometimes like to 70% apparently. It's huge.
Because you're speaking directly to that person with that problem. It feels tailored.
Precisely. But none of this works. Zero, zip, nada. If you haven't built trust first, that's the foundation for everything.
Right, back to trust. So how do we actively cultivate that? It doesn't just happen.
It starts with a value-first strategy. Think like the 80-20 rule. 80% of your stuff should be genuinely helpful, educational, maybe even entertaining. Pure value.
And only 20% promotional?
Roughly, yeah. Offer comprehensive guides, free checklists, useful tools, educational workshops, things that help people without asking for a sale right away.
That reciprocity thing again, give first.
Exactly. You build goodwill. And you establish authority not by saying I'm an expert, but by consistently solving problems. Create the definitive resource for a common issue in your niche.
Share success stories, case studies.
Build what feels like a whole ecosystem of help. Stats from places like Bright Local show people are way more likely, like 91% more likely, to buy from businesses they see as authorities.
Okay, and transparency about the affiliate links themselves. Gotta mention that.
Non-negotiable. Clear disclosures are crucial. It's not just legal, it's about integrity.
And framing it positively can help, right? Like, these links support the free content I create.
Totally.
And surprisingly, some studies suggest being transparent can actually increase conversions, maybe by around 20%, because it builds that trust. People appreciate the honesty.
Okay, so value first, build authority, be transparent, that builds the trust. Now, let's really focus on reciprocity in action. How does giving first really work?
It's that Cialdini principle again. Psychologically, when someone gives us something helpful or unexpected, especially with no strings attached, we feel this internal pull to return the favor somehow.
So the key is no strings attached.
Absolutely. The value needs to feel genuine, not like a trick to get a click. In content, this looks like solving a whole problem without putting the crucial steps behind a paywall.
Offering unexpected bonuses, like a free template related to a guide.
Perfect example. Or offering personalized help in comments or emails when you can. Just being consistently valuable over the long haul. That builds up that reciprocal feeling.
And the Content Marketing Institute had a stat on this too, didn't they? About multiple interactions. Yeah, something like audiences being 4.7 times more likely to purchase after engaging with maybe 3 pieces of genuinely helpful content. It takes time.
So how do we know if this reciprocity effect is actually working? What metrics should we watch?
Good question. Look at your return visit rate. Are people coming back?
Makes sense. They found value, so they return.
Right. Look at content completion rates. If your platform tracks that, are they actually consuming the helpful stuff? High community engagement, comments, shares, discussion is a great sign.
And conversion lag time, the time between first contact and purchase.
Exactly. It often takes multiple touch points. Don't expect a conversion on the first visit. Industry wisdom suggests it's often around maybe 5 to 7 meaningful value interactions before someone's ready.
So it's a long game then, building relationships.
It really is. Okay, maybe this is a good spot if you want to see examples of this in action or grab some resources we're mentioning.
Yeah, good point. For all the resources, stats, and maybe links to the case studies we're about to discuss, definitely visit the links in the description below. Check those out.
Cool. So speaking of case studies, who's doing this solve, don't sell thing exceptionally well?
Let's start with the big one, the Wirecutter.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The masters of exhaustive testing. Their whole model is problem solving.
Right. They don't just review toasters. They find the best toaster for bagels or best compact toaster. Super specific.
And their methodology is transparent. They explain how they test, why they pick the winners. They update constantly. It builds incredible trust.
And the results, their conversion rates are reportedly way, way higher than average, like 10–20% sometimes.
Yeah, easily 5 times the industry average in some cases. And, getting acquired by the New York Times for $30 million doesn't hurt their credibility either.
A testament to their approach. Okay, what about an individual creator?
Pat Flynn from Smart Passive Income is a fantastic example. His whole brand is built on authenticity and helping his audience.
How does he do it?
Well, he typically only recommends things he uses himself, extensively. He provides super detailed use cases, tutorials.
And he's very open about his own business, his income reports.
Exactly. That transparency, showing his own results, documenting the process, it builds immense trust. People feel like he's genuinely trying to help them replicate his success. He solves their business building problems.
Authenticity and proof. Got it. Another example, maybe in a different niche.
Let's look at Wellness Mama, Katie Wells. Huge site in the health and wellness space.
What's her angle?
She focuses on research-backed solutions for family health problems. She does personal testing, offers multiple options, including DIY alternatives sometimes.
So it feels like she genuinely puts the audience's well-being first, not just pushing products.
Totally. She has a massive audience, like 10 million readers a month, and reportedly converts really well, like 3 times the average in the health niche, because people trust her guidance implicitly.
These are great examples. It shows the power of really focusing on the audience's needs.
Definitely. Okay, so we're committed to solving problems, building trust. Now the practical bit. Integrating those affiliate links smoothly. How do we avoid sounding like a sudden commercial break?
Yeah, the million-dollar question, how to make it natural.
Context is everything. Place links where the recommendation naturally fits within the flow of the solution you're providing.
So if you're explaining step 3 of a process and a tool helps with step 3, link it there.
Exactly. Process integration or challenge solution pairing.
Yeah.
You just described a specific frustration. Now here's the product that alleviates it. Link it right there.
Comparison tables work well too, right? Comparing options based on how they solve specific aspects of the problem.
And question-answer linking. If your content answers a question and a product is part of that answer, the link feels helpful, not salesy. Contextual links just get a click more. MarketMuse suggests maybe 5 times more.
Because they make sense in that moment, and framing is key too, right? They talk about the solution, not just the features.
Yes. Solution-first framing. Don't list specs. Explain how feature X solves problem Y. This lightweight design makes it easy to carry. It's better than just weighs 2 pounds. Focus on the benefit, the problem solved. This shift alone can boost conversion significantly, maybe 37% higher.
And the language we use. Keep it conversational.
Absolutely. Recommend things like you would to a friend. I found this really helpful or if you're struggling with X, this tool might be worth checking out. It sounds way better than buy this amazing tool now.
Ditch the hype machine language.
Please. Nielsen-Norman Group research shows people trust and return to sites with more conversational, natural recommendations. It feels more authentic.
Okay, this all sounds great. It feels more sustainable, more ethical. But let's talk brass tacks. What are the actual long-term benefits of adopting this whole solve, don't sell philosophy?
Oh, they are significant. First off, brand loyalty. You're not just getting clicks, you're building a following.
People who keep coming back.
Exactly. Higher return visitor rates like 60–70% for really strong sites versus maybe 15–20% for average ones. More direct traffic because people remember you and type your name in. They become advocates, sharing your stuff. It compounds.
And does that translate to higher earnings?
Generally, yes. Higher earnings per click, or EPC. Why? Because trust leads to higher conversion rates. People might buy more expensive solutions if they trust your recommendation. Higher average order value.
Lower refunds too, probably, because they bought the right solution.
Good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Fewer returns, maybe more cross-sells because they trust your ecosystem. Mature, solution-focused sites often see EPCs that are 2.5 to 4 times higher than average.
Wow. What about like Google updates, algorithm resilience?
Big one. Google loves helpful content. Think EEAT. Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness. Solution-focused content hits all those marks.
So it's more likely to rank well and stay ranked.
It earns natural backlinks because it's genuinely useful, it gets shared socially, it keeps people engaged on the page. All good signals. One analysis showed sites focused on helpfulness gained traffic after updates, while others lost big time.
Future-proofing your business, essentially.
Kinda, yeah. And finally, don't underestimate the personal fulfillment factor. Knowing you're genuinely helping people solve problems That feels good. You get appreciative feedback, you build real expertise, you create lasting value. It's way more satisfying than just chasing clicks. Probably leads to less burnout, too.
That's a really important point, building something meaningful.
Absolutely. So to kind of wrap it all up, the big takeaway today is really about this fundamental shift. It's moving from selling to solving.
Prioritizing those audience problems, building that rock-solid trust, delivering genuine value consistently.
It's the core of sustainable, successful affiliate marketing moving forward. It's not just a tactic, it's a whole philosophy.
Yeah, it definitely requires more thought, more empathy, maybe more initial work than just throwing links around.
It does. It's an investment upfront in understanding and helping your audience.
But the payoff seems clear. Deeper engagement, much better conversions, and that long-term loyalty that builds a real resilient business.
Couldn't agree more. So maybe the final thought to leave everyone with is this. Take a hard look at your current approach. How can you reorient your strategy starting now around genuinely helping your audience first?
Because ultimately, the future really does belong to those who help first and sell second.